Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have my daughter Summer with me. She is 3 months old today. I can't believe it. So yes, she's 3 months old today, and I figured I would do a little 3-month update for you guys. So she's going to be hanging out in her little bouncer down here. I'm not going to hold her the whole time because she kind of likes to just stretch out and do her own thing right now. So I'm going to put her in her little bouncer, and maybe I'll grab her at the end of the video again so that you guys can see her again. But the 3-month mark is when most people say things start to get a little bit easier, a little bit better, and I can say that that's definitely true, but I've had to work on a lot of things that I don't think would have just like fallen in place naturally. I've been working with a sleep consultant, so I'll talk about that. I'm going to update you guys on her health, because if you guys are returning subscribers, you would know that we found out that Summer had a milk soy protein allergy, so I'm going to update you guys on where we're at with that. I'll talk about breastfeeding, a lot of different things that have really fallen into place but have taken a lot of work. So we're finally able to have a lot more fun together, and it's just been a lot more enjoyable these last few weeks, and I'm sure it'll just continue to get better and better. I have all my notes here on my phone so that I don't forget anything, because a lot has happened. If you are new here, again, thank you so much for being here. I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. All you have to do is hit the red subscribe button, but let's get right on into the video. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about her milestones. So new things that she is able to do that have just kind of happened in the last few weeks. So she is now a full-blown thumb sucker. I think she started to try to suck her thumb at around 2.5 months, but now she is a full-blown thumb sucker, and it's been awesome, especially to help her get to sleep on her own, which again I'll get into a little bit more detail in with her sleep and things like that. But she's even started to just suck her thumb as she's laying around. I think it's a comfort thing for her, and she is in Leap 3 of the Wonder Weeks. If you have the Wonder Weeks book or the Wonder Weeks app, or have done anything with Wonder Weeks, like done any research on it, there's 10 big mental developmental leaps that babies go through, and she's in Leap 3, which has definitely made her a little fussier, a little more clingy, and I think it's why she's sucking her thumb a little bit more, just to be more comforted. I'm hoping we're at the end of the leap, because she's 13 weeks old. I think, no, she's already 13 weeks old. So the leap is normally around 12 or 13 weeks, and then it can take a few more days afterwards. She is smiling and cooing and talking all the time. She's such a chatterbox. A lot of our playtime, I will just sit in front of her and talk back and forth with her. She loves it. She's finally started to really enjoy me reading books to her. Like, she'll look at the pages. So she's just a lot more vocal and a lot more interested in different activities. She's also able to grab onto things. I showed this in a previous vlog, or maybe it was our morning routine. I have these colored plastic rings, and she loves to just hold onto them and kind of like, I don't know, flail around with them. She's not fully grabbing for toys yet, but if I put it right near her hand, she'll grasp onto it. So I think the next step will be her actually reaching for the toy, but that hasn't come yet. She's almost rolling over. She can easily roll to her side, but to actually roll over onto her stomach, I have her grab onto my fingers and I help her kind of roll over. She has not been able to roll from stomach to back yet very easily, but she can pretty easily, with my help, roll from back to stomach. So those are the big milestones I wanted to cover. I'm going to get into her health and breastfeeding and like the GI visit and everything like that. So we went to the gastro, however you say it, doctor for her 6-week checkup. We found out that she had a milk soy protein intolerance at 5 weeks. So we went back at 6 weeks when she was like 11 or 12 weeks old, and the doctor said that she's looking a lot better. There was a lot less irritation in her stool. I think there was still like a little bit of irritation. I honestly don't know why, because I've completely eliminated dairy and soy. She could just be reacting to something else. But she's a lot happier. I don't think it's really bothering her, and the doctor was happy with the progress. So we're just going to stick with it. He even suggested that in a few months I cheat and see if it reacts with her, like cheat with something in my diet. But right now I'm way too scared to do that. I don't want to do that to her. I don't think she's ready for that. We have been doing very well with breastfeeding. A lot of that has to do with her sleeping better, and again, I'll get into that, but breastfeeding has been extremely enjoyable. I do worry from time to time that my supply is a little low. She doesn't seem overly hungry, but what we have decided to do is add in a bottle at night, a bottle of my breast milk. So she has not had formula yet, although I do have formula on hand from the GI doctor, like a special one that's okay for her. Do you have hiccups? Do you have hiccups? Do you want to talk? Yeah? Yeah, we have a special formula on hand that will be okay with her system, her sensitive stomach, if I needed it, but we haven't done that yet. But what I've done is pump at night and then use my Haka in the morning, and that provides me with about 4 to 6 ounces to give her on top of her last breastfeeding session at night. So I really plump her up at night, pump her full of milk at night, because I just want to make sure she's getting enough. I just notice when I pump, I get like maybe 3-4 ounces out of both breasts, and that just seems a little low to me. I think in the morning I'm a lot more full and there's more than that, but for her afternoon feedings I think she's probably only getting about 4 ounces of feeding, and I mean, that's okay. I think she's getting in enough, but a lot of people will get like 5-6 ounces per pumping session or feeding session. So I just want to make sure she's eating enough, but she's still, when we went to the GI doctor, she was 50th percentile for weight gain, so she's doing fine with that. Are you pooping? Are you pooping? Oh, she's totally pooping, you guys. So let me talk a little bit about sleep. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen me post about the sleep consultant we use, and I will put her information down below. Her name is Hines. She's with BY Sleep Consulting. I can't say enough good things. She has saved our lives. Summer was not a very good napper, not a very good sleeper at night. She didn't want me to ever put her down. She solely relied on breastfeeding to get herself to go to sleep, and it was just becoming a lot. And we now can successfully do 3 to 4 naps a day. 1 nap is normally a pretty good nap. She is also sleeping through the night, so she is sleeping 11 to 12 hours straight at night. Her bedtime is 7 o'clock and she wakes up at 7 o'clock, give or take. None of that involved cry it out. I've had people ask me if it involved cry it out. No, there was of course some crying because she was getting used to her crib, but she was never left there to cry. We would consistently pick her up. I'd even stay in the room for a little bit, rub her tummy, help her settle down. Once she really figured out the thumb sucking, that helped a lot because she was able to self-soothe. But until then, I was constantly going in, picking her up, putting her down, picking her up, putting her down. It was a lot of work. I won't lie to you guys. It was a lot of work. It requires a lot of patience, consistency, but it is so worth it, especially at nighttime. It's so nice for Nick and I to do her bedtime routine, get her in bed, and then have a couple hours just between him and I to have a normal like relationship and be able to talk, and it's been really, really nice. And it's better for her because she's actually getting sleep, whereas before this she was just not getting sleep. So that has been wonderful, and I'll put Megan's information down below. She is sleeping in her own crib. We tried, I think around the 2-month mark, she was in her Graco Pack and Play in our room, and we did that for a little bit with the sleep consultant, but it just ended up working out better for her to be in her room so that in the mornings when Nick needed to get up for work, it wasn't disturbing her sleep. And also during the day for naps, like I could go into the bedroom if I wanted to because she's in her own room, whereas if she was napping, I didn't want to go in that room and bother her. So it's just been a lot better her being in her crib. And her room is directly across from our room, so I'm super comfortable with the distance. Like it's not like she's way down the hall. If she was to cry even with her sound machine on, I could very clearly hear it. Hello, come to mama's. Another thing I guess I should have mentioned in the Milestones is she can like hold her head up pretty well. So it still is a little bit wobbly from time to time, but for the most part she can hold her head up, and it's really nice because when I carry her now I don't have to constantly worry about holding her head up. So that's been awesome. She's wearing 3 to 6 month clothing. This is a 6-month top from Carter's. It's a little bit big on her, but she has a really long torso, and the 3-month clothing I just can't like pull down to button. So she's kind of in an awkward stage right now where her clothes look kind of big on her, but I'm sure she'll fill them out soon enough. Do you have anything you want to say? Do you want to say hello? No, you shy? Are you shy? She's really started to love her stroller rides. She didn't really like it at first when she was a newborn, and I think a lot of what she didn't like was just because she was so uncomfortable because of the milk and soy protein allergy, but she's really enjoyed stroller rides. Just yesterday we did like an hour walk and she fell asleep for like a half hour, which was really nice. She never used to be a kind of baby that would just fall asleep. Are you going to get cranky? She doesn't really like to be just held like this. She likes to be kind of on her own so she can stretch out her arms, kick around. So you're not really that cuddly. No. In the afternoons, she does get a little bit fussier and likes to be held. One other thing that is so bad that I am nipping in the bud right now is she has become obsessed with the TV. So she discovered the TV maybe a week ago, and she's just drawn to it, and I am like, no way. I'm not just gonna have my 3-month-old sitting and watching the TV, because she literally would just watch the TV, and I don't think that that's good for them. I don't know. I could be overreacting, but I have turned off the TV whenever she's in the living room, like just sitting in her little bouncer, or I'll turn her completely away from it so she can't see it, because I just think that's probably not a good thing. I'm kind of backtracking again because I'm remembering more milestones, but one other thing that she is starting to want to do is sit up. I'll see her trying to like kind of push her body up and sit up, so we're going to work on that more in the next few weeks. It's still pretty early for her to sit up on her own. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but she's definitely showing interest in trying to sit up. Yeah! Are you going to be cranky? That is it though, guys. That is everything for Summer's 3-month update. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing her and hearing about how she's been doing and where she's at 3 months. If you guys have a baby this age, let me know what milestones they're at or what they've loved and discovered, like toys or different activities you've done with them. Leave that down below in the comments. I'd love to do some more things with Summer. Let's say goodbyes. Oh, your headband fell off. We love you all so, so much. Tell them we love you. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye. Can you dance? Show them how you dance. Yay. Good girl.